How's it going, everybody? It's PM Dre back with another video, and in today's lecture we're going to be talking about reverse pyramid training and traditional pyramid training. So last week we spoke about the different techniques that we're going to be doing under periodization. So let's jump right into it. So the first thing, pyramid training. So when I first got started in the gym, I did this along with doing straight sets. So when I was doing it, you know what? I did make some really good gains. I really can't deny it. But I'm going to give you a breakdown of how it actually goes down. So a pyramid is pretty much when you're working from a higher rep range from the top using lower weights, and as you get towards the end, you're doing heavier weights with lower rep ranges. So for example, what we're going to use at the heaviest being 100 and at the lowest being 70 pounds. So in the traditional method, what you're going to be doing, you're going to start off with 70 pounds and you're going to aim for 10 to 12 reps. By the time you get down to the last set, then you're doing 2 to 4 reps with 100 pounds. So as you can see, as you go through and as you go lower in the rep ranges, the weight gets heavier. So this is a good way to kind of confuse your muscles and say, hey, you know what? We're going to put the pound on. You know what? Let's get it started. Let's get it warmed up. It is really good, especially if you want to get warm up or just get started in your training. So when I was doing this, I'm like, hey, I made the gains, but I'm like, you know what? I want to do something different. I want to kind of do something maybe can kind of get me to the next level and burst through the plateau that I was having. So what I said, you know what? Let me jump into the reverse pyramid. So when I started doing the reverse pyramid, I'm not gonna lie. I was like, just the thought of having to start with heavier weights in the beginning with lower reps and then towards the end doing higher reps with lower weight, I'm like, oh, okay. So for our example that we're going to be using, so as soon as when you start in a reverse pyramid, we're going to take that 100 pounds and we're going to aim to get at least 2 to 4 reps. And then as we get to the very last set, we'll be at 70 pounds doing at least 10 to 12 reps. So as you can see, you pretty much give it everything you got in the beginning, and as you get towards the end, that's when you really can start to focus on the volume and the workload. What I like about this, as soon as when you get started, you don't have to worry about anything about cellular fatigue or muscular damage, because you know what? It happens in the beginning. With the traditional method, there might be a potential chance that you might be a little bit fatigued. So by the time you'll get to the end, you won't be able to lift as much as you would if you would have started off a lot more fresher. So this is one thing I want to say. I'm not saying that one particular method is better than the other, but it is a great way to kind of confuse your body and also kind of say, hey, you know what? Utilize the time that you have in the gym. So with the reverse pyramid, I noticed I was getting a lot of gains, but I got a lot of gains as far as in the strength department. I was a hell of a lot stronger than I was when I was doing the traditional pyramid method. So this might vary for every individual, but I feel it is also a good way to actually look at training because you're going in there and you're going heavy right in the beginning and you're still incurring some muscular damage. One thing you got to take into consideration, especially if you're an intermediate, is that you got to look at the variables that are in place. So for example, with the reverse pyramid, it allows you to pretty much just go all out in the beginning. But of course, you always have to remember that you do a bit of a warm up. So get your blood going, get your blood flowing, probably go with a little bit lower. Let's say you might want to mess around maybe like a 50 or 45 pounds just to kind of get yourself warmed up and get ready to actually get in heavy. Because when you start heavy right out the gate, you really open yourself for injury. So these are one of the things you got to take into consideration with the reverse pyramid and why I say it is great for intermediate to advanced lifters. So I hope you guys found that informative and stay tuned for the next lecture next week where we're going to be talking about the concurrent of periodization or maybe the linear periodization. You know what? You're just going to have to check it out, stay tuned, and figure out which one I'm going to talk about. So you know what we do here on the PM Dre Fitness channel. Don't forget to share. That's right. Tell everybody that you know, that I don't know, that you watch my channel. Let them know that you watch your boy PM Dre Fitness. Like, that's right, like, comment, and subscribe if you like this video and you want to see more. then subscribe to my channel. Like, subscribe right now. And I'll catch y'all later.